from Mini Bowl Design, and today I'd like to take a look at the Katahdin Hiker Pro microfilter. Now, I had one of these a few years back, quite a few years back, and it had some problems, but this is a brand new one, and I think they've solved most of the problems by doing a few simple things. So let me show you. Here's the filter that comes as it comes without any of the updates, and it has a rigid mesh screen around it, and then underneath it is a pleated paper filter. Now, the problem I had was that these pleated filters, the dirt goes right in, goes into the filter and plugs them fairly quickly, and there's really no graceful way to clean them. The directions say you can swish them in water, but basically that might get you through the trip, but when you get home you're going to have to buy a new filter. So what they did was they took this screen off, and they, on the replacement and on the one that comes with the filter, the screen is now flexible, and the reason it's flexible is it can be stretched on or taken off of the filter, so it's easier to get at the element to swish it a little bit. But the main reason is to hold this on. This is a very, very fine micro screen that slides over the filter and wraps around the element to protect it from any of the junk that would get in. And then, if I can get it here, this slides over and holds it in place. So that really limits the amount of dirt that can actually get to the filter. This screen is probably as fine as the pre-filter on the MSR Hyperflow. It's very fine. Now, when the filter starts pumping hard and plugging up, you just simply take this off, take that screen off, switch the screen out, and they actually give you a sponge to help you clean it with. And then simply put it back together, and you're back in business. So that solves that end of the problem, but it doesn't stop there. They have gone a little further. Now, this is the pre-filter, and before it just had a piece of foam that went inside of this, basically had this, and that was your pre-filter. But what they've done is they've gone again with a micro screen cartridge filter that goes inside of this, and this is simply a weight so that it won't float, so it'll stay down. And then they put the float in the form of a piece of foam up here on the tube, so you can slide it up and down. Let me put this all together and it'll make a little bit more sense to you. Put the hose back on. You put this in the water and this weight keeps it down, and then to regulate how far from the bottom it is, you can slide this float up and down so that this doesn't touch bottom if you've got any depth of water at all, and it'll just float around. And this micro filter is extremely fine, and between that and this, I don't think you're going to have any problem. If you have any problem at all, I think you'll simply have to swish this out and get the dirt out of it. I think this will load up first, and if that doesn't load up and stop it, the screen inside of the filter certainly would, so that the filter basically is not going to get any more of this silty stuff on it anymore. Okay, third, they've added to the package, came with it, a quick disconnect here that you can put your input in, and it locks right into place with an O-ring. And to even go further, just a moment, let me get my backpack. They also give you another quick disconnect fitting that I put on my bladder to refill my bladder, because that would require that you can use this as a bite valve, and then when you get ready to refill it, you just take the bite valve off and take your hose from your filter and snap it in, and you can fill the bladder in your pack back up. When you get done, just unclip it off there and put your, sorry about that, put your bite valve back on, and you're right back in business. So I thought that was pretty slick. If you don't want to use it on a bladder, you can put it on the top here and use it for a quick disconnect for your out line on your filter. There's several things you can do with it. I don't know, you can probably buy more of these. I'm sure they're for sale, but I thought that was a pretty nice touch. So now you can pump water into your bladder right straight from the filter with a quick disconnect. Nice touch. This thing's got more bells and whistles. I've got a fancy disconnect here with a bite valve on it, a really nice bite valve, and I've even got an on and off valve on the bite valve, so I'm pretty well covered. Now, I almost forgot to say that they also supply this fitting so that if you want to put it on your bladder or on the output on your filter, you can slide a piece of hose over this, and that's the other one. So you're pretty well set as far as that goes. Between this one and the one on your output. So I think that's a pretty good setup. It solves all the problems. I bought a spare filter to go with it just in case, and I think this filter pumps a lot easier than the Hyperflow, and certainly a lot easier than any of the ceramic filters. So right now, I think as far as ease of use, this may be the best way to go, but let me know what you think. I am impressed with what they've done to improve it. I'm Tinny from Any Bull Design. Get out and hike, take a friend, enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, have a really great day. Bye-bye.